If you'd have said to a Drayton Manor fan before 2020 that in a couple of years' time we'd be talking about new roller coasters, new family themed areas, revamped rides, and a whole new feel about the theme park, they'd probably tell you that you were daft. However, that is exactly where Drayton Manor are as we head into the 2023 theme park season. There's been rebrands, new areas, new rides, and of course, there's all the talk about a new roller coaster coming in 2024, and that is what I'm going to talk about in this video today. So where has all this excitement for a new roller coaster at Drayton Manor come from over the last few days? Well, in an article in Birmingham Mail or Birmingham Live, I'm not sure what to call them by because I've seen names for both, there was an interview with Drayton Manor's new MD, Victoria Lynn, where it is mentioned that there is going to be a new roller coaster for 2023. But of course, this isn't totally new news, so to speak, because in a Blue Loop article in March 2022, they also said about Drayton Manor building a new roller coaster for 2024. That article was with somebody from the Looping Group who took over Drayton Manor in 2020. And of course, this recent article is with the new MD. Well, I say new MD, Victoria Lynn's been the MD at Drayton Manor now for about 6 to 9 months, around that time, but I think it would be fair to say the excitement is building for the new roller coaster at Drayton Manor. But also, something else to pick out of from this article, and I have made some notes about this because otherwise I'll just forget what to say. So, another interesting quote, and this could well be about the roller coaster or it could be about something further on after the roller coaster, but Victoria Lynn was quoted in the article saying, "We've got a top secret project that will be communicated in a few weeks' time." Now, is that going to be the roller coaster or is that going to be another project further along? Because the new roller coaster is, well, it is a top secret project because even though everybody seems to think it's a Vekoma, I'll get to that shortly, nobody actually knows the full details except for Drayton Manor and the roller coaster manufacturer that they're working with. So whilst we're all speculating and predicting what it might be, there is no definite details out there other than this roller coaster is happening in 2024. So maybe that is the top secret thing that's being communicated in the next couple of weeks, or maybe it's something else. Time will tell with that one. So every time this new roller coaster at Drayton Manor is discussed, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, there is this feeling amongst roller coaster enthusiasts that it's nailed on to be a Vekoma. Now, there is nothing to suggest this is actually the case other than lots of rumours, to be quite honest, because I keep seeing loads about, oh, well, it's going to be a Vekoma this, a Vekoma that. Where are we getting this from, guys? Because I think there's quite a few possibilities of who could be manufacturing Drayton Manor's new roller coaster. Let's not rule out Zamperla, who have recently worked with Drayton Manor on the Vikings area with the new rides in that area. But also, let's not rule out Intamin, who have quite often worked with Drayton Manor on various projects. Most recently, the boats for the Rapids, when the Rapids reopened in 2021, those boats were provided by Intamin. They've got the Intamin stamp on the boats. So, who knows? It might not be Vekoma. It might well be Zamperla. It might well be Intamin. Of course, we will find out who is manufacturing the roller coaster when Drayton Manor want us to know those details. And I'm sure in the next couple of months that there will be more information coming from Drayton Manor. But we have to remember as well, the Drayton Manor's marketing team will be focusing on the 2023 season as well, because if they just start advertising a ride for 2024 now, so many people will be thinking, well, what's the point in going in 2023? And this is a position that Alton Towers and Blackpool Pleasure Beach both found themselves in 2017 when they had very clear and obvious construction work going on in their parks, but they were a little bit reluctant to start throwing all the information out there because don't forget, we've got the existing season going on too, and you don't want people to just think, well, I'll just hold off a year, we'll go next year, because that can happen when you start advertising something massive happening the following year whilst you've still got an ongoing season. So I'm fairly sure that Drayton Manor are in a bit of a tricky situation with this because, of course, they want everybody to know about their new roller coaster for 2024, but at the same time, they want everyone to visit in 2023 as well. So it's a very tricky situation that they find themselves in. It's worth remembering that Drayton Manor do have one of the best marketing and social media teams of any UK theme park. They will, no doubt about it, let us know when they want us to know what this roller coaster is going to be. So moving on from whether it's Vekoma, Intamin, Zampella, I know I've not spoken about it much, but I don't think there's a lot to speak about yet, other than I honestly think we should just stop assuming that it is absolutely Vekoma, because it might not be. So yeah, moving on from manufacturers of this new roller coaster, let's talk about what type of roller coaster we can expect at Drayton Manor in terms of what is a family thrill roller coaster, because it's a phrase that comes up so often, but it's never really defined of what it actually is. Because when you talk about, oh, a family roller coaster, a lot of people just assume it'll be something like Blue Flyer at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, or Troublesome Trucks at Drayton Manor, or Octonauts at Alton Towers. But it's worth remembering that rides like 13 at Alton Towers, that comes into the family thrill category. Icon, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, family thrill coaster. And these are reflected by the height limits. I've got a couple of examples. So Chessington's new roller coaster, which is a B&M wing coaster, but typically B&M coasters are 1.4 metre height restrictions. Not this one, because it's a family thrill coaster. It's a 1.2 metre tall height restriction. Icon, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, is a 1.3 metre tall height restriction roller coaster, and Wickerman, Alton Towers, 1.2 metre tall restriction roller coaster. So it's interesting to see exactly where this roller coaster will fit into the height limit category, and exactly where it'll fit between the family coaster and thrill coaster sort of demographic, because it's obviously going to be somewhere in the middle. But how thrilling and how family focused this roller coaster will be, who knows at this stage. So whilst it is exciting that Drayton Manor are building a new roller coaster for 2024, I think it is worth, as enthusiasts and thrill seekers, managing our expectations in terms of what we expect from a family thrill roller coaster. This is not going to be Taron, it's not going to be Top Thrill Dragster, it's not going to be Nemesis the Third or anything like that. We need to manage our expectations, but also at the same time, there is so many excellent family thrill roller coasters in the UK. Things like Icon, things like Wickerman, things like Storm Chaser at Poulton's Park. There is so many excellent family thrill roller coasters out there. So there is reason to be excited for Drayton Manor's new roller coaster. But I think that we should all manage our expectations as well, and not be expecting the tallest, fastest, steepest roller coaster in the UK when it does eventually open. That's all from me today. If you have enjoyed this video or found it informative, please give it a thumbs up. If you think I'm talking absolute nonsense, please give it a thumbs down. It all helps the channel. Many thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.